The shrill screams and shouts of the gibbons are my alarm clock as I greet my first morning in Kalaweit camp. These distinctive sounds would continue throughout the day as the gibbons make their presence known. I hadn't realized how noisy a jungle could be. Kalaweit itself is close to the Pararawe Nature Reserve, a protected forest spanning some 5,800 hectares along the Barito River. Here in the camp, Chanee has a team of staff and vets taking care of the animals in the sanctuary. I look forward to our activities for the day. Wow. Hey,
hi, morning.
Good morning.
Sleep well?
Yes.
Yeah?
Like a baby.
Like a baby. Hi.
Hi.
So you enjoy your first night in
Yes.
the forest?
Although I couldn't hear the sound of the owl around 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, they start very
Very
early this
loud.
morning. Yeah.
Chanee, there's one question that I actually wanted to ask you, which I haven't asked, about your name.
My name.
Okay, it doesn't sound very French.
My real name is Aurélien Brûlé, which is a nightmare for Indonesian people to pronounce.
It's a beautiful name, though.
Yeah, very French. And Chanee means gibbon in Thai, because my first trip was in Thailand, and I was spending all my time searching gibbon, and Thai people it was impossible for them to call me Aurélien. So they start to call me Gibbon, which is Chanee in Thai. And I keep the name.
Okay, and it's a lovely
just
name.
me.
Yeah. And it's easier to pronounce.
Yeah, exactly.
So once you managed to get your permit and everything going, and then you set up the camp, I mean, how difficult is it? And how difficult is it to raise the funds? Because I'm pretty sure it's not cheap to run a place like
it's quite
this.
very expensive. We need at least 400,000 euro a year.
Yeah,
for the operational cost of everything.
But who are your main sponsors? I mean, where do they come from? Are they mostly outside of Indonesia? Or France?
Until last year, the MOU with the Ministry of Forestry in Indonesia didn't allow us to raise money inside the country. So we have to find all the money from outside. So mainly from France, because we are a French NGO and well known in France. But just now we are able to receive some donation from Indonesia with the Yayasan Kalaweit Indonesia, who started very recently. So until now, I would say 95% come from France and 5% from the US and some other country.
And you have a website?
Website, blog, newsletters, and people need to know we are a small organization, but it's real. You know, if they are helping us, they can see the animals, they are here. Everything is real. When we are talking about saving a gibbon, they have the picture of the gibbon, the video of the rescue. It's very important.
How about support or challenges from just operating here? Maybe, you know, working together with the local government, with the forestry department. I mean, what are the main sort of headaches and just trying to cooperate with the local?
It takes time for Westerners like me to understand all the administration process in
the
Indonesia.
bureaucracy.
Yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult.
But what would you say the biggest sort of headache in looking out? How big is the whole conservation area?
Just the site where we build the infrastructures, it's just 8 hectares.
8 hectares.
8 hectares. A part of that, we are involved in the protection of the forest, where we have wild gibbon, like in the front of this camp.
And how big is that?
It's a 5,300 hectares, the Cagar Alam, the first conservation area.
Now, and you also help in trying to
So
save the gibbons there and make sure that nobody comes and
exactly.
kills
So
them.
we try. It's a very beginning. It's a very slow process, but we sign an MOU with the local forestry department to set up patrol in that protected area to make sure what is already protected under the law is really protected also on the field.
Are you worried about the future? I mean, you know, there's financial crisis in Europe, and I mean,
for financially.
Because you know, everything depends on
Exactly.
from sponsorship.
I'm very worried, and we start to feel it, because with the financial crisis in Europe, we receive less support because people are worried. And but I mean, it's It's the way it is.
But would you accept sponsorship, say, from Indonesian companies interested in helping you run the program?
Of course. Of course, we can receive help from any companies if there are a strong commitment in conservation.
So what if a palm oil company wants to help you?
It will be difficult. I will not say no directly. I will wait to listen what the argument is, but it's tricky for us. The main issue now in Indonesia is the palm oil industry, and the sustainable palm oil means nothing. It's not at all a solution to fight deforestation. So even all these companies who say they are sustainable, it's not an argument good enough to fight deforestation. So if they ask my help to protect one part of the forest in their concession, I will be happy to help. If they propose me fund for the operational cost of Kalaweit here, I will probably say no.
Why?
It's an ethic position, and in a way it's a big enemy for us. The palm oil industry is destroying the forest, and we don't want to be used as an excuse. You can have people say, don't worry, we do palm oil, we can do all the forest, but all the animals survive because we work with Kalaweit. It's not the point. The solution is not to take the gibbon and put them in cages. Kalaweit is not a solution at all. We are witness, and we are here to talk people about what's happening now in Indonesia. And all the gibbon you will see here in the enclosure, it's a sad future for them. Very few of them will be able to go back to the wild because we don't have any more forest for them. I'm worried on the short term for the financial question, for the financial aspect of Kalaweit, but I'm even more worried on the long term for the nature in Indonesia. And because in the last 14 years, I just see deforestation increases. But like I say, what I'm doing is save gibbon. Even if I know next week it's the end of the world, I will still do it. I will still tomorrow morning wake up and try to save gibbon, even if I know it means nothing because everything will be done in next week. It's no worries. It's what I do.
Let's go meet them.
Yeah. So you need to wear a mask.
Okay.
From here.
Why do we need to wear a mask?
To make sure that gibbon are not infected by human disease. A simple cold or flu can kill a small gibbon, for example, and we have to make sure they will not be infected. So not
only do we take away their homes, we also give them diseases.
Exactly. 25% of the animal you will see are infected by human disease, like herpes, tuberculosis, and many others. This is a young pair.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look. What are their names?
Gusti and Wati.
And how old are they?
Around of 6, so 6, 7, they're just mature. And
where did they come from? Where did you get them from?
This one come from Palangkaraya, a young listener, 10 years old, named Gusti. Give us his gibbon. And there's also one from Pangkalambun who have been confiscated by the forestry police.
And are you going to keep them here for?
They are good candidates to be released one day if you find a release site.
Well, let's see what Gusti and Wati are up to. So the gibbons are very different from other primates like gorillas and orangutans. What, other than the fact that they like to live up in the canopy, and in terms of their social relationship, how are they different?
They are monogamous. So as soon as they choose the right partner, the relationship between the male and the female is so strong, they will stay together for life. And sometimes, if one of them died, the other will die as well from depression. So they are monogamous, territorial, so live in the same patch of forest forever with a partner, live with their children.
So the sound of the calling that we hear every morning, and they're really, really loud, what exactly are they saying to
They are saying to other gibbon, it's my territory, don't come over. If you do, I will kill you. So it sounds very beautiful, but it's a very aggressive messages. And it's not the language of gibbon. Gibbon only use vocalization to avoid conflict, just again for territorial reason. If you observe a gibbon family, inside the family is no vocalization at all. It's body language. the way they sit, the way they look at each other, the way they touch each other. It's how they communicate inside the family, not using vocalization.
Oh, it's a whole family
Yeah,
here.
this is a perfect family. Bona, Caribou, and Boca.
How old is the baby?
The baby is around almost 3 years old now.
And the baby was born here?
Yeah, he was born here. It's a very good pair, and it's a perfect example of a family who can one day be released in the wild if we find a release site.
So what are the problems in keeping them here in cages? And I mean, you said that you prefer that they could be rehabilitated in the wild, but you have to keep them. There's no choice.
It's no choice now because we don't have any release site. As I said before, because they are territorial, you can't release this family in a forest where you already have many gibbons. And in fact, now with the deforestation in Borneo, where you have forest, you have already too many gibbon in it because around the forest is gone. So if you don't have any gibbon, because you need more forest. And for now, we don't have any release site, so we are stuck with many animals ready to be released as Boca, Caribou and Boca, but we don't know where to put them. In Sumatra, we find 2 different release sites, so we have more hope in Sumatra for the Siamang, but in Borneo, we don't have any solution yet.
Can't you bring the ones in Borneo to Sumatra?
No, it's 2 different species. If we release a Sumatran gibbon in Borneo, it will be the same as releasing a lion in Borneo. It makes no sense. Exactly the same. You find...
So they don't mix, they don't adapt
exactly.
to the
It's why
surroundings.
Indonesia is so rich